These back streets along Istanbul's spice market should normally be packed with shoppers and tourists. Unfortunately, the recent bombings throughout the country and Russia's refusal of allowing its citizens to vacation in Turkey has resulted in a steep decline in the number of international tourists who would normally visit. Initially, when we booked this trip, Turkey was a safe destination with no major incidents, and it was going to serve as the first leg of our European adventure before we began our journey to and around Italy. Instead, we will be arriving just a little more than 48 hours after the airport attack and bombings at Istanbul's Ataturk Airport, where we will have to pass through the same terminal in which the attacks occurred. Our plan is to visit the areas in and around Istanbul before we fly out and head on to Rome. We are the Hortons, and welcome to our video log from the road. This week, Istanbul, Turkey.
Look back and I think, wow, my greatest experience there was my first step into the Grand Bazaar, where we were kind of in a way swept away by somebody who just came out of the blue and introduced himself there in a friendly manner to us. So we went in there and he led us up. We had no idea where we were going. We just went up there, these steps, and then we were kind of handed off to what I believe was who I believe was the owner, Ahmet, at a carpet store. So I just thought, oh, we'll just go and sit down and listen to what they have to tell us about carpets. And they sat us down in this beautiful, spacious room with spotlights and carpets everywhere. I mean, endless amounts rolled up and laid out and on the walls. And we sat down on these beautiful, like velvety, bright red chairs and outlined in gold. You felt like you were royalty. And immediately somebody came up with this unique tray server with these little tiny glasses of tea that they put out for each of us, and a cube of sugar and a little tiny spoon, and it was like a little glass saucer with a decorative little glass. And we found out that it was Turkish apple tea that we drank, and we were just like, oh, this is so wonderful. And then Ahmet was telling us all this information about carpets. They're from Turkey, they're handmade, they're double knotted, single knotted. You can look at the back and you can see the double knots and all the time and the details. If it's clear on the back, the design and all the specific elements of those carpets and what goes into them when they produce them. It's not a quick on a machine and here you go. It's a lot of connection to culture and regions of Turkey, and I was like amazed.
Istanbul is an alluring city, and as this is our last day here, we make our way over to Sultanahmet Square and head up to a small apartment studio that overlooks the square. We're looking for something that is not quite touristy, but connects with Turkey's past. And that connection is Ebru paper marbling. Originally developed in Central Asia, Ebru paper marbling was brought to Turkey during the time of the Ottoman Empire and flourished as a unique art form that was used in bookbinding and in the creation of ornate and colorful paintings. After being greeted by the teacher and her assistant, who will also be serving as the translator for this session, we're introduced to the process of how to apply the paint to the pan of water and oil mixture. Once you've applied the paint patterns, the next step is to cover with paper. After allowing for a few minutes for the mixture to transfer, you pull the paper from the pan, dragging it across the outer edge of the pan to remove any excess water or paints. All we have to do is place the paper on the drying rack for the next few hours, and we're done. It's Tiffany's turn, and she and the teacher were to create something a little more unique and symbolic of Turkey, a tulip. Beginning with 2 conjoined circles, their work would become more abstract before the tulip takes form.
Okay, now.
It's now, right? And front.
Clean it. Red.
One.
So right here, black, and red. And then just pop it in there.
Okay.
And again,
Turkey is an amazing country. It has lots of fun stuff to see there, and the people are really, really, really friendly. And they'll go out of their way to communicate with you. And the food is delicious. Yes, and they have ice cream everywhere.
On your right hand, on your right hand. Right hand?
And they have like a uniqueness that is special to like only Turkey. And I think that it would be worth it for anyone to go there. And even though sometimes they smoke a lot or they can be pushy if they want to buy things, you have to get past that and look at all the positives, that they're really kind people.
Less than 2 weeks after our departure from Turkey, the country was hit with another major blow to its struggling tourism industry. This time, it was an attempted military coup. We can only wonder what the lasting impact of this recent event, combined with the prior bombings and the tourism boycott by Russia, will have on the country and its people. Join us next time as we continue our travels into Rome. In the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter at @vlogfromtheroad.
How much is a little piece?
One piece is $1 million.
$1 million.
Yes.
You want to try that, Lisa? Thank you.
Vlog from the Road was produced by Slim Bucket Entertainment Productions.